Australian chief executives are fast becoming an endangered species, with 15 of the top 100 companies changing leaders so far this year. While some of those have been orderly transitions, others, like Grant O'Brien at Woolworths, have fallen victim to lacklustre results. And analysts warn that the slow economic grind will make life at the top uncomfortable for some time to come. Neil Woolrich reports.
The killing season has been a rating smash for the ABC, exposing the brutal leadership machinations in Canberra during the Rudd-Gillard era.
Kevin Rudd has been elected as leader of the Federal Parliamentary Labor Party.
It's a democratic process, guys.
But with somewhat less fanfare, corporate Australia has been going through a killing season of its own. Turnover among chief executives at Australia's top companies has doubled recently, with 15 of the top 100 CEOs departing so far this year.
The anemic growth in the economy making it hard for companies to grow. We've seen a lot of cost-out programs implemented from industrial companies in Australia in recent years, within a lack of revenue growth is quite common across a number of companies.
In recent times, we suspect that the reason for a lot of the CEO churn has been change of strategy and also arriving headwinds and the need to have some new fresh blood take the helm.
A study by the consultancy Strategy and found the average CEO tenure in Australia was 4.3 years in 2013. Those who departed under a planned succession had an average lifespan of nearly 5 years. But those who were forced out lasted just over 3 years. And investors say the recent spike in executive churn is making the business of stock picking even harder in this low return environment.
One of our key factors for our decision-making process in stock picking are the management team, and we focus a lot on the culture of the organisation and what those leaders, how they implement that throughout the whole business. So we attach a high weighting to the management team, particularly in the small to mid-cap end of the market here in Australia.
Australian retail has proven to be an unforgiving battleground this year. 2 weeks ago, Grant O'Brien announced his plan to leave Woolworths after a string of disappointing results, especially in its Masters home improvement business. And in March, Myer replaced its long-serving CEO, Bernie Brooks, but is still facing major headwinds from online retail and major foreign entrants into the Australian market.
And we have to be nimble and responsive to set up a business that's really prepared for the future. We have a strong focus on the customer, and we will be building a business that is truly wonderful and bringing to life people's love of shopping.
But Myer's shares have been on a downward slide for several years, and that trend has continued in the 3 months since Richard Umber's appointment was announced. Fund manager Chris Stott says a change in senior management may present a buying opportunity for investors, but each company needs to be assessed on its merits.
One was Skilled Group, where they had a long-term CEO. New CEO came in with a turnaround program which worked. So we do look at those quite closely as those turnaround stories. We will meet with the various the new management, understand what their motivations are and what their strategy is for the individual business.
Australian CEO turnover has long been higher than the global average, but there may be cultural factors to explain that, like the prevalence of executive chairmen in the United States who are harder to remove. Elio D'Amato says it's important for investors not to get caught up in the cult of personality, because success at one company doesn't guarantee that a CEO's next venture will be as fruitful.
It's not just about the person at the helm, but the strength of the management team and their experience and knowledge in the industry that they're trying to enter into. Of course, there will be some that are just successful, they have the Midas touch, but that is a high-risk game. We prefer to let the fundamentals of a company decide where our investment goes to.
Where the stock market, rather than opinion polls, is the ultimate arbiter of who rises or falls.